Then I'm going to talk about the most important tips you have to know before renting a car in a foreign country. Welcome to How to Expat. My name is Sam, and at How to Expat we help expats relocate. We also talk about travel tips on this channel, so this is a travel tip video. I want to talk about the most important things you have to know before renting a car in a foreign country for your vacation or your next trip. I've driven in Hawaii, in the US, in different places, in Jamaica, in Panama, in the Dominican Republic, and in Europe as well with rental cars. So I've seen a lot of things there, and I think I got some tips I can share with you today. So let's get right into it. First of all, you want to pre-book your rental car. Usually the rates are way better if you do it through the internet because of two reasons. Usually the rental companies have better rates on the internet than the actual counter on the airport, which is weird, but it's just that way. And the other thing is you have more time to actually compare different offers of rental companies. Sometimes they have special offers. Sometimes the company you would like are very expensive in a country. They may be inexpensive in another country, so you want to actually change companies or your favorite rental car company, for example. So it's just way easier to compare prices if you do it in the comfort of your own home a couple of weeks before you actually do the trip. Then when approaching the counter, what a lot of the rental car agencies will do is try to upsell different insurances. So usually what I do, I never take them. Another thing, even if you want to take them, most probably you're with the credit card. If you have like a plan with your credit card, it's very common that the credit card already has, where you booked the rental car already has an insurance for rental cars. So that's a very common thing. Sometimes, depending on the country where you're from, even your insurance back home for your own car covers some parts of a rental car in a foreign country for a vacation. So just make sure if you actually really need the insurance, maybe you're already covered with another thing you have, or in the first place, if you actually need a special insurance for your rental car. As I said, I usually go with the basic one, which is usually the third party's liability insurance, and everything else on top of that I will pay out of pocket myself, which fortunately I never had to do in all of my rental car endeavors. Then when you actually got the keys, after you've been on the counter, you go to the parking lot, and then the first thing you do is actually take a video. So cell phones nowadays are very, very good. So you can take a video of the car and just go around all the cars, scan it with the video camera, so you have everything. Especially make sure to keep to focus on the lights, on the mirrors, so that they don't have any cracks or anything like that, especially like the blinker, like the indicator glass. That's an important part. And then also the interior, all the doors, or the door panels, and especially the interior as well. So if there are any damages once you bring back the rental car, you will actually know if that has already been before you got it, because you can figure it out on the video you did or not. So it's the best proof you can ever have. So before we go to the next point, I just quickly want to mention another travel hack. So if you're traveling, or especially if you're an expat like me, you might have troubles getting different content from different countries. So if you're in Colombia, you are not able to access some of the things on, let's say, Amazon or YouTube or whatever. With ExpressVPN, where there's a link in the description down below, so it's an affiliate link where you also get a discount if you sign up through that link. You are able to obscure your presence on the internet, so you're able to browse the web more securely, but you also are able to really access different content on the web which are usually restricted by your location, with just easily changing the location on your VPN. So again, if you're interested in that, make sure to check out the link in the description, where you also are able to get a discount if you sign up through that. So let's get to the next point. Before you actually go to the country where you're traveling to, make sure to familiarize yourself with the laws there. So for example, in the US, you're able to turn on most of the traffic lights, even if it's red, on the right side, which is another thing in most other countries. So you just want to make sure to get at least a basic understanding of the rules and laws in the country you are planning to drive. Especially the parking laws in the US, for example, you have the different colored curbs. In Europe, you have different colored lines on the actual parking spot. And then in other countries they might have different laws regarding that. Some of the countries are quite trigger happy with towing your car. So you maybe have had a good beach day, you want to come back to your rental car and it's not there anymore. So good luck with trying to figure out in a foreign language, in a foreign country, where your car is and how to get it back. So, and of course it will be very expensive. So just make sure that you know all of that, especially the parking laws. When in doubt, or park your car in a paid parking lot. So if you're in a paid parking lot, of course, they're not going to tow you, they're not going to give you a fine or not anything like that. So that's already covered, even if it's a little bit more expensive than, let's say, trying to get a free parking spot or something like that. Usually it's way less hassle to just get a paid park or park your car in a paid parking lot. And then also there is more security. Usually they have a security guy or at least somebody present on the parking lot there, where you know nobody's gonna break into your car, especially in a country where you're not exactly sure where the safe areas are and where not. Another thing is, if you're driving in a foreign country and you're not planning to get a SIM card there or some kind of internet connection, so you are not connected to the internet, make sure to pre-download your area on Google Maps. So this option is available since a couple of years now, but now it's even easier. You can do it pretty easily on the Google Maps app. So make sure to pre-download the area you're going to be driving in. It really helps out a lot if you get lost or something like that. If you don't have internet connection, it can be hard getting out of that situation. And with Google Maps, you just it's just very easy to navigate if you're in a rental car there. Then the last tip I have is a very common one or obvious one, and is that you should bring back the car with a full tank. So make sure to fill up your tank before you actually get back the rental car. Otherwise, they will charge you a fine because they had to fill it up. And then on the other hand, usually where they fill it up, the price for the gasoline or diesel, whatever you use, is way higher than on a normal gas station. And also do not try to fill it up on the last gas station before the airport. Those usually have inflated prices as well. So make sure to get it in a normal gas station somewhere in the city or somewhere a little bit outside, but not the last one before you actually enter the airport. So this was pretty much it for general rental car tips. Of course, in this channel we mostly talk about Colombia, so I want to have a couple of sentences about Colombia. So usually in Colombia, a lot of people are planning to get a rental car, but in most, especially in the cities, it's not necessary. Taxis are very inexpensive. Taxis and Uber and all of that are very easy to get as well. So usually we suggest not getting a rental car in Colombia. If you want to explore more of the outskirts or want to have the liberty of your own car in Colombia, I did it myself. I rented a car in Colombia myself. You have to know, especially in the cities, driving is a little chaotic at times, but if you're used to Europe or especially Asia, it should be good. And yes, it for me was kind of a hassle-free driving. But again, if you're planning to go to just a normal trip in a city or something like that, I highly recommend not to getting a rental car. It's hard to get a parking spot, it's more expensive than it need to be, and traveling inside of the city is very easy anyway with the taxis and public transport. So that's pretty much it for a video about rental cars and what you have to do to be secure and hassle-free with a rental car in a foreign country. Hope this video helped. If you want to see more videos like that, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.